Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today I am reviewing Darkness's deck, aka Night Shroud from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. These cards are also made by Pegasus Fantasy Cards. I swear, I don't only do videos on his cards. I will be doing other ones, but I wanted to get the fake decks out of the way first since they're some of my favorites. So, this is a deck of 40 cards based on Darkness from the anime. For those of you who are unfamiliar, he is the final antagonist in the final season of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. And his cards are just... they're really cool. So, starting off, we have Darkness Slime. The total attack of all face-up monsters you control... If the total attack of all face-up monsters you control is 0, special summon this card from your hand in defense position. When this card is special summoned, select one face-up monster your opponent controls. The card's attack becomes that monster's defense, and this card's defense becomes that monster's attack. So it's sort of like a strange mirror image of any monster your opponent controls if it was special summoned this way, which is really cool. Next, we have Darkness Necro Slime. You can send this face-up card to the graveyard to select one Darkness monster in your graveyard, except Darkness Necro Slime. Special summon it. So, if you really wanted to, you can use these two cards in tandem to get 2 tributes on the field. This one if you have a 0 attack monster on the field, and this one if you send it to the graveyard. You can special summon a Darkness monster from your graveyard. So if you had this the turn before, you can get 2 tributes easy. Next we have Darkness Outsider. This works similar to Parasite Parasite. You can discard 1 card to special summon 1 monster from your opponent's deck to your side of the field, then shuffle this card into your opponent's deck. So basically, you get a free stab at any card your opponent has in their deck. So if they had Obelisk in their deck, you can summon Obelisk. If they have the Dark Magician, you can summon the Dark Magician. You get to take a stab at any card that they have in their deck, and they can't do anything about it. Darkness Eye. So just to preface, the gimmick with this deck is it has 5 cards in the back row that get shuffled every turn. So you don't know what's underneath there, and neither does your opponent. But with Darkness Eye, it lets you to once per turn look at your face-down cards. If this card is in face-up attack position during your standby phase, you can normal summon 1 monster without tributing. So you'll see one of the main beat sticks we have in this deck that this card lets you summon. It's pretty cool. Darkness Seed. This card is wild. It has a very cool design. Really love that. And if this card was sent to the graveyard, you can activate its effect. You can special summon it during your second standby phase after activation. And if it was summoned that way, it can't be destroyed by battle. And during each player's end phase, if your life points are less than 4,000, they become 4,000. This makes it infinitely more difficult to kill you. Darkness Bramble, the upgraded version of Darkness Seed, because it's a combination of Darkness Seed and Darkness Eye. So, during either player's turn, you can look at all set spell and trap cards you control, ignoring the effects of the Darkness Field spell. This card cannot be destroyed by battle, and during the end phase, if you have less than 4,000 life points, they become 4,000. Really, really cool. This is the beat stick I was talking about. Sorry about that. Darkness Destroyer. This card was actually printed in the real-life card game, but it was severely nerfed, I'm pretty sure. This card cannot be special summoned. This card can attack twice during each battle phase. During the battle between the attacking card and a defense position monster whose defense is lower, inflict piercing battle damage. That might actually be the same as the real card game, but either way, I love this card. The design is very cryptic looking, very frightening. I do like this card design a lot. Now, up for the boss monster of this deck, Darkness Neosphere. We got one shiny one, and then two commons. This card cannot be normal summoned or set. This card is special summoned by Darkness Raincrow. So when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can send this card from your hand and Darkness Bramble to the graveyard to special summon Darkness Neosphere. Darkness Neosphere, once per turn, during either player's turn, can look at all set spell and trap cards you control, ignoring the effects of darkness. You can, once per turn, set all spell and trap cards on either player's spell and trap zone face down and rearrange them on that spell and trap zone. Once per turn, you can flip a face-up spell or trap card face down. And if your opponent's life points are less than 4,000 during the end, if your life points are less than 4,000, they become 4,000. So this basically lets you rearrange all of your set cards and keep resetting them in any way you'd like, because that's how this gimmick works, is that they keep resetting themselves after their effects activated. Very nice. Love that. Next is the Darkness Field spell. This card is the most important card in this deck. When you activate this card, destroy all cards in your spell and trap zones. Then set 1, 0, Infinity, Darkness 1, 2, and 3 at random from your hand or deck. Cannot look at these face-down cards during each end phase. Set all face-up trap cards you control and randomly rearrange all cards in your spell and trap zone. A spell or trap card you control is removed from the field. Destroy all spell and trap cards you control. And it has a picture of Darkness on there when he's uncloaked, which is very cool. Next, we have 0, 2 copies, Infinity, 2 copies, Darkness 1, 2 copies, Darkness 3, 2 copies, and Darkness 2, 2 copies. So here, I'm going to show you how these cards work, because it is a little bit complicated if you're unfamiliar with the play style of Darkness. So I'll readjust my camera a bit. So say you set all of these at random, and for the sake of this, I'm gonna know where all of them are set. Say you had your Darkness Eye, and you know where 0 and Infinity are. They're both right here. So, how this would work is you would activate either 0 or Infinity first. That card would make you activate the other card. So if you activated Infinity, you choose one card, activate that. You want to activate 0 or Infinity first, and then the other one second. Then when both of these are active, it'll let you flip the 2 cards in the middle. So this is Darkness 2. Then you activate this card. The last card you activate is the one which has its effects activated. So this one says, destroy 1 card your opponent controls, then destroy 1 card your opponent controls for each face-up Darkness continuous trap activated after this card. So my apologies. It would be the first card is the one that you want your effect activated. So if you activated this first, then this, you would destroy 2 cards based on that effect. This one lets you target 1 monster. It gains 1,000 attack for each Darkness card activated after this. So if you activated this card first and then this card, you target a monster that gains 2,000 attack, 1 for each card. And then this one, if you were to involve this one, would inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent, and then 1,000 damage to your opponent for each Darkness continuous card. So if you activated this one first, then these 2, you would inflict 1,000 for each Darkness card. So 1, 2, 3. That'd be 3,000 damage. So for the most part, it's relatively simple once you get it down. But it is a bit complicated to understand in the beginning, because I thought you activated all 3 of them, which I thought was really busted and unfair. But now that I know how it works, I think that this deck could easily be made in the real card game. It wouldn't make any severe presence in the metagame, but it would still be very interesting, because I love these cards, and I do wish that they printed them in the actual card game. But, you know, who knows? Konami is weird, and they might print that, or they'll print another Hero Link or whatever the hell they do.